everyone, and welcome to another episode of my Woman Who Inspires series. My name is Sreshtha Tewari. I am the director of the Self-Worth Leadership and Empowerment Consultancy. I am a motivational speaker and a wholeness guide. And in this series, we speak about our so-called negative emotions and how they really push us to where we need to be or even our purpose in life. Today, I'm really excited to have with me one of my good friends, Bhattacharya. Mo is a biochemist and an essential oils educator, and she owns her own business called Oil by Mo. Welcome to the series, Mo. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. This is so fun. Oh my God. I just love what you do and the impact that you make through your series, the time that you devote. I just love everything about you. So I'm so honored and so grateful to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I'm so grateful for you. When you're in Mo's presence, she is going to magnetically pull you into everything she is about to say. Wait and see. So, Mo, I'm going to invite you to share your emotional healing journey.
Oh, thank you so much for allowing me to express that. So I'm a mom of two, preteen and teenagers, and motherhood is my favorite job. And that's why I love doing what I do. It's nurturing, as I call my oily babies through the work that I do, business, which is basically creating as much well-being as possible, impacting positively as many lives as possible all across the globe. So I would say that, there were some hormonal issues going on as I started getting closer to my 40s. And as a biochemist, I knew what was going on inside me, but I did not have safe, sustainable, simple solutions that are natural at my fingertips. And I was trying all different kind of things that was really messing me up even more emotionally, because we are all made up of biomolecules, right? Our biochemistry decides the quality of our life. So that toxic load was weighing down on me even more, so much so that there would be days I would be craving for these sugar and the comfort food. And that used to, again, throw me in a spiral. I almost felt like I was under a hormone hijack. Emotionally, I felt a lot of fatigue, and to the extent that I would say cranky, like I could not even know myself. I was very quick to react, and many times I found myself yelling at my kids and then crying myself to sleep at bed, because that's like the worst thing I ever had imagined I would do as a mom. And even, my son especially kind of avoided me. I'm talking especially during those crazy times of the month, okay? And I used to feel helpless, and I used to be like blaming everyone. Oh, it is only me having to do everything. Because here in the US, we don't have family. Our friends are our family. And I was born and brought up in a kind of natural, holistic way of living, Ayurvedic lifestyle. And I used to feel guilty, perfectly guilty of maybe yelling at my kids, of not being able to take care of my skin, which used to have all these hormone cystic acne, of not able to take care of my emotions, like manage my emotions, just having stripped of the power to make a choice. And I would be, again, waking up in the middle of the night, not being able to sleep. Again, those guilt feelings were coming, me, my syndrome, victim mode. So all these finding excuses. So emotionally, I was at a place where I was desperately looking for help, for solutions. Because I felt that if I did not do something after a few years, maybe I'll have to undergo some HRT, hormone replacement therapy, that's even worse, adding even more toxins to our system. So, but when you pray and when intentions are noble, which is, motherhood leadership is, I think, one of the most honorable role that we have been blessed with. Universe always blesses us, right? Our higher powers always puts the solution in our doorstep or in our path. And that's exactly what happened. But my dad always says that my dad is my guru. He's almost 90 years old. And we always have the conversation. But my dad always says, yes, you had the opportunity, but you have to applaud yourself for having that clarity to be able to see the opportunity. So this is what I want to share with you guys, that there are opportunities around all the time. Like Sreshtha, what she does, through her mission, that is an incredible opportunity to empower all of us, because it is not one-time thing, it's an ongoing process. So have the clarity and that childlike curiosity in you always to look out for those opportunities and take action. Otherwise, opportunities will just pass you by, right? Grab those opportunities to change your life, apply it and see how impactful it is. And that's exactly what I did. And I was able to make a shift using my oils, of course, my nature's, best herbs, but I was able to take that action. So I'm super grateful for that clarity and wisdom that just dawned upon me, I think. So that's the way I shifted from that emotionally neediness to anything and everything can go on in our life, which is how life happens, right? But I am able to stay centered and still make sensible choices. That's the shift that has happened in the last 3+ years in my life. And that's my vision and my mission, to have it in as many people's lives. That's why I've stepped away from my full-time job at the hospital, because health and wellness is always my jam. So I hope that answers your question, Sreshtha.
Yes. No, and it's very interesting because as women, I could totally relate to yelling at my daughter or doing something I don't like and then crying. Well, I can't cry myself to sleep because it's just me and her, but feeling so horrible about it. And I like how you spoke about clarity around what you're going through. First of all, recognizing that, wait, I don't want to be like this. And then seeking an answer to figure out how can I not be like this, understanding, given your background, all that we go through as we are approaching 40, all our hormones and the things inside us. And then looking for natural ways, given your background in Ayurveda, where you came from as well, and how that could help you have a healthier life, a toxin-free life, again, which is so important, and going a step further to spread that message, so to speak, or to educate as much persons as you come in contact to in respect of what these oils can do for you. It's really a powerful thing that you do and an honorable thing that you do, because when you talk to Mon, you could tell she's completely passionate about everything that she does. And when you ask about any oil, she could tell you everything. Like one time, I remember in one of her rooms, she said, when in doubt, bring Frankie out. And that stayed with me. So she's talking about frankincense oil. And I had actually had one time my hand was sitting, as you all know, I do a lot of exercise. And I just remember that. And I went and I mixed my coconut oil and the frankincense. And in half an hour, I was good. So I want to ask Mo, are you grateful for these sort of unfortunate experiences in your life? And if yes, why?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I like when I do my morning, in my spiritual hour, when I do my meditative practices, it's not, I'm always focusing on how I can make myself stronger. So I'm asking the higher powers to make me stronger, not make my problems go away, because they are part and parcel of life. Because problems, every time, challenges, when they come, they are those opportunities for us to become even stronger, right? We rise from our challenges, and always, growth is always occurring on the other side of discomfort. So make me stronger. Like I pray and I say, make me stronger. I'm not asking for you to take my problems away, but make me stronger and make me stay centered. And you are like higher powers, when I thank you, have already, Mother Nature have already provided me those resources, so much so that I feel I'm obliged to let the whole wide world know that there are simple, safe, effective, natural ways to take care of ourselves emotionally and physically. So when I was working in the hospital, for example, one of the challenges I faced was because I was born up with, neem twig and clove bud, if there was some teeth problem or any tummy issues, whatever. When I came to US after spending half of my life in India, where I was born and brought up, I found that my colleagues in my hospital, they were just popping pills like chewing gums, and carrying them in their pockets like, just popping them because they have headache, migraine, whatever, and they need to get rid of it because they have a meeting to attend. So I do understand, again, modern medicine is miraculous. I've worked long enough to know how powerful and what a blessing it is, but it is not for chronic illness, not to do the patchwork or the Band-Aid effect, just covering the symptoms. Because again, as we are aging, they will come back. Nature comes back to haunt us every time that we step away from that. So then I was like, how can I help them, right? Because I knew the natural ingredients that can help. But it was like almost addictive behavior. Like even if little bit uh, discomfort, the threshold, the tolerance threshold I noticed in people was so low. And sometimes it would be like just a placebo. Like it'll help them. It'll just help them feel confident. Okay? Whether it's stress and anxiety related medication. So that was really a horrifying thing that to me, that I experienced. And then when I had my kids, the more horrifying event was when I found myself giving them Tylenol and ibuprofen just for lack of resources. I did not have those pastes and potions. The Ayurvedic herbs did not have any inclination. I'm not a DIY person. I did not have that garden and roasting those leaves and all those Ayurvedic things. And because lack of time, and I just wanted my son to go to sleep the entire night, I would buy all these, bulk of children's Claritin and Allegra and just give him, who was 6.5 years old, just to help him with his allergies, itchy eyes, and his sneezing, so that he could at least sleep, so that he could go to school next day. But throughout night, he would be so restless, like his sleep quality was deprived. Again, sleep, hydration, nutrition, these are so important for anyone, especially for kids at their growth stage, right? So it added to the guilt load, as I said, like I was not brought up this way, and look what I'm doing. So I found myself doing the same things that I was horrified with. So then that was a challenge. And again, I prayed. I kept doing whatever needed to be done, but I prayed and constantly looked for natural solutions. Keep looking, you keep asking, keep staying with those people around, the solutions. But again, you have to be very open-minded. Now, skepticism, curious. Why not? Why not is the question I encourage everyone to ask, because I found much greater results by asking, why not? Why not me? Why didn't I try this? Why not go for this? I told myself so many things that, I've never been into business school. I never intended to do any business because I was happy with my job at a hospital. And it took me a long time, a lot of training to get there and to step away, to make that decision to step away to what, sell oils? Okay, those limited things, limited beliefs I had about money. Like, money, is not abundant. It doesn't, rich people get rich by taking money away from the poor. Money doesn't grow on trees. All these kind of upbringing, right? All those conditioning that was part and parcel of my life were played up hugely when I was making this decision. But there were so many ways that nature was just sending me signs to make that shift. So then clarity helps you to see, because there will be a lot of challenges. There will be a lot of people of negative energy, but they are people. So just love people. Okay, they're a beautiful blessing and part of Mother Nature. You don't have to surround yourselves with them, right? You don't have to spend time, but still bless them and protect your energy. But there were lots of negativities that surrounded me when I was making that transition. So you're rooted in your purpose, you'll be unstoppable.
Yeah, and that I love that you mentioned that. So two things you mentioned that I wanted to pull, talking about your children and wanting better for them. And I remember my daughter, she used to have these restless nights of sleep. I think she was maybe between 3 and 4. And around that same time, I had met Mo and I had bought the oils, it's the doTERRA oils that she speaks about. And I had given her the lavender oil, my daughter, while I had rubbed it under her feet. And I remember that night clearly, she slept so soundly. When I wake up in the morning and I like to tell her that I'm going, right? She was my mom. I like to tell her that I'm going to work. I don't like her to wake up and not have to look for me. That petrified me because of my experiences when I was small. And she could not wake up. She was sleeping so soundly. And I was so amazed because usually as soon as I get off the bed, I'm a single mom, she will get up the same speed and cry for me to hold her. I mean, if you're a mom, you understand completely what that is. You have to hold your child and do everything with her, as hard as it is. So I remember that was such an epiphany for me. And up to today, I still use that oil with her. And the second thing Mo spoke about was those limiting beliefs. And that is something, even though Mo grew up in India, I mean, we in the Caribbean, we have the same exact upbringing where we are told those things and we believe that there are these limits, but leaving the conventional things where you find success, but maybe not fulfillment, is something that, as long as we accept that this is going to bring us fulfillment. Just yesterday on LinkedIn, this is a guy, he was studying to be a doctor and he just loved fitness and he started his own fitness business and he was sharing how successful he is at it. And, of course, to think of giving up being a doctor because you're thinking about the fact that money may give you a comfortable lifestyle, but life is so much more than comfort. Is about that feeling inside you that you're helping and you're doing more. And there is abundance around it. So Mo, thank you so much for coming and sharing. And I want to ask you one last thing. What message do you have for our women?
I would always say that we women are given this beautiful role to nurture. Right? We have the strong intuitive powers. We also have this amazing capacity to multitask. And we are incredible leaders. As nurturers, we are leaders. So I invite you all to embrace that leadership together. Doing hashtag all things good together is what I say. And never let anybody say anything to you that decreases your energy. Let them say it. Don't internalize it. Always maintain your high vibe and find the tools and resources that will help you do, like we do in our morning affirmations room, for example. Make use of such resources. Plug in to stay in warm and fuzzy circle of Sreshtha and beautiful women like you. You're all welcome to my community as well. Because again, together we are stronger and we can do much better. So women, because they have been given this role to protect and nurture, our primitive brain tends to be sometimes like myself, overprotective, right? I'm scared to share. I will not share. I will not collaborate. Be that women. Let's all be that women who goes ahead and fixes other women's crown first before we fix our own, right? So let's all grow together and embrace this leadership that we have it in us. As moms, especially as parents, that is leadership. That is what leadership is. Embrace that leadership and always stay positive and keep nurturing your soul and your powers within you with sensible resources. Like sweet Sreshtha and all the incredible work that she does. I'm so proud of her.
Thank you. Thank you, Mo. So Mo is my oily mama, as she calls herself. But it's such a pleasure to have you. You always have so much wisdom. And if you would like to connect with Mo, I will have all of her information in the description box below. Come onto her club on Clubhouse, a healthy and joyful club. She has tons of classes every single day, and it's through those that I actually learn so much about essential oils and are able to use them in my own life and for my daughter. So to my audience, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all again soon. This is Sreshtha Tewari. Bye.